Informal Reading Inventory by Anniesmyth. An Informal Reading Inventory, or IRI, is a tool to assist teachers in determining students' reading levels and strengths and weaknesses on an individual basis. There are 3 sections in an IRI: word recognition, oral and silent readings, and listening capacity. Prior to administering an IRI, you should find a quiet area to test the student. The area should be well lit. Prepare flashcards and copies of word lists and reading passages for both the student and the administrator. Prepare a summary sheet to note observations during and after the exam. Reading levels. There's pre-primer, primer, first, 2.1, 2.2, 3.1, 3.2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The levels are independent, instructional, and frustration. The word recognition section of an IRI starts with reading word lists 2 grade levels below the student's current grade level. The administrator marks any hesitations or errors while the student reads the words from flashcards. Prior to administering this section of the exam, you should create flashcards with one word printed clearly on each card. Make copies of the word list with an area next to each word for the purpose of notating any hesitations or errors. Make sure the flashcards and word lists are in the same order. Ask the students to start reading the flashcards 2 grade levels below their current grade level. Mark any hesitation for more than 5 seconds. Note any errors that went unnoticed by the student. Student continues to read through word lists until they make 4 or more errors. Oral and silent reading passages. The student begins the oral and silent reading section of the IRI. At the last level, they were able to read a word recognition list with 0 errors. Prior to administering this section of the exam, there should be copies of each passage made for the student and the teacher. The passages should be printed clearly for the student. Ask the student to read the first passage aloud. Notate any word recognition errors. If the student has read the passage at an independent or instructional level, they are asked comprehension questions. The student then goes on to read the next passage silently and is asked comprehension questions regarding the passage. The student continues on to the next level until they reach the frustrated reading level. Listening capacity. Once the student reaches the frustration level during either the oral or silent reading section of an IRI, the teacher should begin the listening capacity test. The administrator reads the passages aloud to the student and asks the student to answer comprehension questions when the reading is finished. This section assists in determining the student's ability to comprehend while listening.